Oh, what's going on, people? It's a bit dark, so I do apologise. How many days are we out now? So we compete a week on Sunday. Today is Thursday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So we are 10 days. 10 days from the first show of the year.
Subscribe.
And we made some adjustments, so we had check-in yesterday and things are moving well. We've still got a little bit of digging to do, and we were on 1700 calories on training days and 1500 calories on non-training days. I was on the bike and I was on a low day yesterday and I was on 1500 calories, and you know what, I was like, you know what, I can manage this. I'm coping on 1500 calories with high volume food and implementing some low calorie snacks. I was like, you know what, let's just dig. So I sent my text message to my coach. I was like, you know what, if you want, I can push. If you want, I can just do 1500 calories every day until we get to peak week. So that's what we're doing. So kind of shot myself in the foot. So for the next 4 days, started yesterday, it's going to be 1500 calories every day. It's going to be grim, but hopefully it's just that little bit that can take us over the hump of really getting that crispy conditioning. Now we've still got peak week, and even though you can't rely on peak week to resolve any issues. If you're not lean enough, you're not lean enough. But what peak week can do is it can relieve a lot of stress, it can relieve a lot of inflammation, and it can help you reduce a hell of a lot of water. And what I find with my physique is when I'm overtrained, when I'm stressed, when I'm fatigued, I do have a lot of water retention. So what I predict is, we will get into peak week, we'll wash out some fatigue, we'll fill out slightly more food just to fill out those glycogen stores, and then we'll see the physique really start to pop. Yesterday was a rest day, and that rest day did me so much good. I had nearly a kilo drop on the scale weight, so a 0.9 of a kilo drop, which was very much welcome, because even though the scale weight does not dictate physical changes, mentally, when you're pushing yourself so hard, when you're on 1500 calories, you're doing 4 lots of 45 minutes of cardio per week, 17,500 steps and more on some days, you do get disheartened when you don't see that scale weight go down. You almost feel like you're doing something wrong because the scale weight is not moving predictably. So you think, well, what am I doing wrong? What aren't I doing? Am I cheating on my food? Am I not tracking properly? It's almost like things like in your head they say you're not doing the cardio, or you're not going hard enough with the cardio. So when you see the scale weights react in the way that they're meant to react, then it's quite, it's comforting to know that you're doing things properly. And I have this with my clients all the time. We have conversations about how the scale weight does not determine success in the short term. Long term, you obviously want to be seeing trends, either trending up or trending down, but it definitely does not dictate success. So many other variables that can play a part in that. So on the way to the gym, going to be legs, and for now, legs is, we're still going hard. It's reduced volume, so I'm at pretty much baseline volume and maintenance volume now. Which is where we need to be, because if we was adding in volume for legs or arms or chest and looking to add more sets on, you run the risk of just running yourself deeper and deeper into a hole, deeper and deeper into a fatigue hole that you're just never going to be able to pull out of. So we have anabolics that are really high. I'm not going to be losing any muscle, we just need to stimulate that muscle to stick around a little bit more effectively, and then obviously we'll be doing even less as we go into peak week. Legs today is going to consist of hack squat. We'll also be doing Bulgarian split squat, and they're two really big gross, like high output movements that I have come to love, to be fair. It's those movements that I do get a really good connection with. I do get a good pump, and even though the fatigue ratio is really high with them, I do get very fatigued. The stimulus is also very high as well. So there's two movements that I do look forward to progress in off season, see where we can take them, and we can go from there. We're also sprinkling some arms, because who doesn't love the arms, baby? And then we'll finish off with some. I think I've got like 2 sets of abs just to trickle them in. So let's go get it.
Jesus, son, your son got some back. So all these exercises are out of order. So this is actually my last exercise of the session. So ironically, it's a leg day, and I'm finishing off with shoulders. Always stick shoulders and arms into at least one exercise into the workout, just so that we can get that extra stimulus in. Shoulders are looking decent. So it's something that we've really worked on this year, is that shoulder trap, upper back, just to give that thickness and roundness. So really happy with this. And you'll notice that I've started with the cables at about mid-thigh. This is just so we can apply the most amount of tension to the delts in that lengthened position. I was really happy with that. And all these exercises we're leaving at least 1 rep in reserve. 2 weeks from show, we don't want to be digging ourselves into a hole. And then this, I used to do the leg curl first as a bit of a warm-up, but I was getting that strong on it, and I was like using the stack plus 20 kilos, and it was just getting so fatiguing. So what we've done now is we'll put it at the end of the workout, just so that we are already pre-fatigued, and that way you don't need to use as much load. Also keeps us a little bit fresher for those big compound movements like the hack squat and the Bulgarian split squat that's coming up later. And one of the big things I'm doing is just bracing. You can see that I'm fully locking out my arms, pushing myself into the pad, and just making sure that I've got no movement apart from at the ankle and at the knee joint. For those people that have done a Bulgarian split squat before, you know that I was feeling it right here. Now this machine is a machine that most people probably haven't seen before. It's called a transformer, and it's quite unique. It's in terms of how you can load it. You can either load it so it gets heavier at the bottom and lighter at the top, or load it so vice versa, so it's lighter at the bottom, heavier at the top. Again, I want to be loading that length and range, so I've got the plates at the top, and that means that as I go down, the weight increases slightly because it's on that fulcrum pivot. Might look like I had a lot more in the tank, I assure you. I was absolutely hanging out my ass at this point. And then, quite possibly one of my favourite compounds at the minute is the hack squat. Now this is a Jim Lico hack squat, and it's so fucking smooth. It's probably one of the best hack squats I've ever been on, including the Cybex hack. It's really smooth, it's got a great movement pattern, and you don't need a lot of weight. That's the best thing. You just don't need a lot of weight at all. It's very heavy, so I've only got 100 kilos on here, and it's, yeah, it was tasty. Really nice. You can get into the movement, you can lock in, and I don't know what it is, but you just, I personally just feel this so much on my quads. Normally on a hack squat, I get it more in the glute. And ever since I started using this one, I've got no knee pain. No knee pain whatsoever. Is it the machine? I don't know. I was dead. And then just because we're going in reverse, this is my second exercise of the session. These are the good girls. And I've really put an emphasis on legs this year. Because I was men's physique before, I didn't really need any legs. But since deciding to go to classic, leg sessions have doubled, and we're just trying to create more of a shape. I've still got a long way to go, but creating that sweep in the quads, and growing the adductors, especially from this machine, has really helped develop shape. And the next time I compete, it's just going to be different breed altogether. And we started off on the calf raises. I mean, they're fucking horrendous. There's no two ways about it. It's just absolutely horrendous. But needs must. Even though I don't think we're going to get marked that much on calves, you want to have that well-rounded physique. So you notice here that I'm full stretch, full contraction, full range of motion, and we're milking that stretch machine. I'm staying in the stretch briefly, just so we can feel it, and just so we can make sure that we're getting that full stimulus right there. So that was my full leg day. Now we are 2 weeks. Currently recording this, it's Thursday, so we're digging all the way through until Sunday. Sunday we then get peak week plan, where we're going to be increasing food, decreasing fatigue, and we go into peak week. I'm going to do a whole new vlog on what we're going to be implementing for peak week later on. Probably do that on Monday, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Peak week is where the physique will start to pop. The work has been done at that point, and it's just a case of filling up, refreshing up, and bringing the best physique possible. So, let's do it.
Subscribe.